Hi, this is Ivey, the fulfillment artist, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to relax and wind down at the end of the day. Now, why is this so important? Because we're in a nation that is pretty much workaholics, like a world of workaholics. We work, we get home, we work. No one really relaxes. No one really knows how to relax anymore. So the reason that I made this video is just some really simple steps you can start to take. I'm going to tell you what not to do, what you must do, and some recommendations of how to really unwind and chill out. Now, the first thing is have a cutoff time. Now, what is a cutoff time? A cutoff time is a time where you stop working. I don't care what you have to do, you stop. Now, are you going to stick to this 100% of the time? No. Right? It's important that I tell you now. I don't want you to be rigid with yourself and make yourself do this and this and this and this and specifically stop at this time. But what I will say is 80% of the time, when you hit that time, cut off. Laptop down, plan the next day. If you're doing the ULM, like make your next day sheet and then chill out. Okay? Now, the reason this is so important is because it allows you to unwind. And what will happen is you will probably finish all your work by that time. Because what tends to happen is we relax if we don't have a cutoff point. It's the same with deadlines. When you have a deadline for something, somehow you get it done, right? So if I tell you you've got an hour to do this or 2 hours to do this, it'll still take you roughly that amount of time, right? I have virtual assistants, and when I say to do this task, I give them an hour, they do the same amount of work in that hour than if I gave them 3 hours to do it. Now, it's not that they're working hard, it's because you're just thinking at a different level when you're being productive instead of just spending a lot of time just wasting on tasks that really don't matter. So you've got to have a cutoff time. Now, the next thing is, what can you do, right? You can watch some TV, you can relax, you can spend time with friends, socialize, dance. I mean, there is so many different ways you can chill out after your day. Right now, I'm really enjoying my Chinese series. I've enjoyed playing like a couple of games to unwind, drinking wine, eating chocolate, chilling out, going for walks. I mean, there are so many different ways you can do this. And what I really recommend doing is pick something fun that you enjoy. Right? Sometimes we actually have to work at having fun. Does that make sense? Because a lot of times we just like, let me just flop, right? You want to work at having fun, because if you can add more fun into your life at the end of the day, then you're going to be so much more alive and you'll have so much more energy and sort of virtue the next day. So think about right now, what is fun for you to do at the end of the day? What is something that you really enjoy doing? And it doesn't matter what it is, but whatever it is, it will allow you to chill out. Now, a word of caution here. I also want to tell you what not to do, right? What you shouldn't do. Okay. Facebook, WeChat moments, these Instagram stuff. I think social media is great in really, really small doses when you care about the people that you're looking at. I think that social media, I mean, it's been proven, the more time you spend on, for example, Facebook, like feeds, the more likely you are to be depressed. Now, why is this? Well, because when you spend time on social media, all you see is people's great lives, right? It's not a great life. People just say photos and then they post them, so it seems like they're there, and they're obviously not. I literally think it's hilarious. I remember actually going on someone's wall and seeing them post a picture of like the most beautiful paradise. I remember I actually in my corner, I was like, are you there? And they were like, no, it was my holiday 6 months ago. I'm like, why are you posting it? I was like, oh, it just gets lots of likes. Can you believe this? And what happens is on social media, this is generally speaking what happens. And people only post when things are great. And on your wall, you don't see when things aren't great. You just see all these great things. And then you think about your life and you're like, why isn't my life that great? No one's life is that great. No one's life on social media is exactly the same. It's impossible. People on social media aren't going to say, oh, by the way, today I had a crap day and things like that. Generally speaking, all you see is what people want you to see. It's like this sort of facade that we put over ourselves, right? So instead, move away from social media. Like if you want to go on it, like go on it for a specific reason or to relax for a little bit, but really don't spend much time on it. Another thing not to do, don't spend loads of time reading the news. Okay, you can read specific news if it's related to your industry and you find it interesting. But when it comes to the general news that is just all negative, it's not something that you want to have in your mind, right? Read a book to unwind, fiction, non-fiction, whatever it is for you. Okay, but don't spend all that time focusing on this sort of social media side of things. The next thing is don't spend time with people that you don't enjoy spending time with. Right? Because if you spend time with people that you don't enjoy spending time with, how are you going to relax and unwind? I mean, it just doesn't happen. Then the next thing is I don't want you to feel guilty about having fun. And I think that in our society today, people speak about how much they work, and it's kind of like an ego thing. Like, oh, how many hours did you work? Yeah, well, I finished at 9 yesterday. And it's this weird sort of underlying thing that people have. And I think that it's created some sort of guilt in our society that we're not allowed to have fun or relax or unwind or be silly and enjoy ourselves. So I really want you to think about how can you be silly? How can you actually start to really enjoy your life instead of just focusing on all this crap? Now, the last thing that I want to say are the musts. So the musts are going to be to reflect and to journal. I think it's really, really helpful. Now, reflection is just reflecting on your day, looking at your wins. In the ULM, we've got 3 wins, like what to improve on. I mean, there's loads of different stuff that you can do there, which is really, really helpful. But ultimately, you just want to reflect on your day, see the successes that you've had, and just acknowledge what you've done, and it puts you in a good mood. You can also plan the next day. That's something that I love to do. And then you want to be able to journal. Like, journaling is really helpful just to get all your thoughts out of your head. So many people in life get stuck in their head and they can never relax and they're always distracting themselves. Write some stuff down, get it out, get it on papers. Like, actually see what you want to do instead of keeping everything up there. Meditate or however you want to do it. But either way, I really want you to start to unwind, relax, and chill out. So with that said, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening today. You can relax and chill out, and I'll speak to you very soon.